everybody, welcome to 54 Nights. Thank you for stopping by. Today, on this video, this week, we are going to do a walkthrough of our brand new 2023 Winnebago Forza 34T. Yes, the one we drove from Oklahoma City all the way out to Atlanta to buy. And we recorded the whole thing, and I was going to make a video showing all that adventure, and it was an adventure. We had a blast. We stopped at Smoky Mountains on the way back. Anyway, over half of those videos were lost in transfer. They got corrupted somehow. It's the way things have been in the video world for us lately, but that's all right. We're going to straighten it all up. We also did a walkthrough of this already. You didn't watch it, did you? Probably because we didn't publish it. We made a lot of rookie mistakes doing the walkthrough as far as recording the walkthrough. So we're going to redo it, and hopefully this time we'll get it done right. Something that you will enjoy. I'm excited that we've been out in this motorhome a couple of times already. We're learning it. We're getting things lined out. So anyway, let's get to it. One thing that most of us RVers want to know about when it comes to these campers with the slide outs, we want to know what it looks like when everything's all folded up. So this is what we have with the slides in. And look at this floor space. Right here, up front, we got, just plenty of room down here to walk around. It is really impressive how much floor space we have up front here. And then we can easily walk back here to the fridge and the bathroom. So folded in, this thing is very functional. So as you can see, I have my beautiful assistant, and she downloaded the app for our motorhome so that she could play with stuff on her phone instead of walking over here to our control screen.
I can go off. On. Cool, huh?
And considering she always has her phone with her.
Okay, it's true.
Alright, so we're back here in the bedroom. And, okay, one thing we really like about this bedroom.
It's not the neighbor's house.
It's that window right there. You can walk around the entire bed. Now this is with the bed. This bed moves
left and right,
from side to side, and it has to because this wardrobe is part of the entire slide system on the passenger side. So this bed scoots over up against the wall so the slide can come in, and then when the slide is out and we're ready to set up for camping, we can move the bed and center it more, which allows you to get to 3 sides of the bed and making the bed much easier.
We got blankets. The other 2 are being washed right now, but it's plenty deep enough for the blankets.
Yeah, the storage is deep in this whole rig.
Except for this.
We'll get to that in a minute.
This is the same thing, but it's got 2 shelves. This on each side. We've got our cleaning supplies in here. And then this is our bathroom stuff because there's no storage in the bathroom.
Right.
Really not. So we've
right.
got your piddle
and this is my side of the bed, so my storage doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. This down here, we can use that for storage. Like even when this comes in, we can keep that for storage.
Oh, down on the floor.
Yeah, down the floor.
And there is a.
Oh, Chris doesn't know this, but.
There's a phone charger.
I put a little Velcro thing on his bed thing because every time we'd slide the bed, the slide outs in, this somehow would run over to the slide outs and would just get crunched under there. So.
Yeah. And this is, the salesman will tell you it has a sleep number bed. it's an off-brand.
And deep drawers. Got 4 drawers. And this is part of what I don't like. Now I love that this is hard to open. Once you're camped, you can kind of just leave it like that. But it's got the 2, which our other camper kind of was lacking on that. So it would have just 1. And these do stay closed. So there is no lights in here. And I did add lights. It's adequate. I mean, I do all kinds of little things like this to put some of our stuff in there, but the one thing I don't like is these are sitting there, and look at how this hangs out. So
yep.
Every time you open and close this, you have to push these to the side. I mean, it's just a little thing. There's the bed going back.
See, it gives you...
Well, down here, yeah, ours we have a cat box down there, so it's not as much
it
room.
gives you some space to walk around over.
The washer and dryer. One thing we learned is these are tight too. They're really tight until you're going down the road, and then they fly open. But I love the washer and dryer.
We have spent 10 nights in this motorhome. We've had it for less than a month. So we're starting to learn little things here and there. And those doors flying open when you're going down the highway. Now granted, East Tennessee has, some of the smoothest interstate in the nation. I say that facetiously.
If you watch us, we're kind of sarcastic sometimes.
Sometimes.
If you don't watch us, we're also sometimes. We're probably a lot sarcastic if you don't watch us.
The refrigerator did not come with the magnets pre-installed.
Yeah, we had to get those separately.
I did notice the motorhome tilted more towards the passenger side once those magnets were applied. Okay, so the bathroom.
Now, if you want to turn on the switch.
Yeah. Okay, there's not a whole lot of storage in this bathroom. This is one of the few spots where the storage isn't that deep. Of course, you got the medicine cabinet.
You can open it. The medicine cabinet's deep, and it goes back into the corner where you can't get to stuff unless you pull other stuff out.
So it's a challenge at the moment to come up with some storage solutions. The shower is a good size shower.
We love the shower.
You got the skylight, which we're going to devise a way to cover up so that in the hot August summers here in Oklahoma we don't fry. But you have the shelf right here, and then the sit-upon here in the corner, and it comes with the Oxygenics shower head that everybody likes to brag about.
This is actually deeper than you think when you look at it in the showroom floor. It's actually deeper. You can get more in there than you expect to get. The magazine rack, to me, that's a hard pass. I don't want to look at magazines that have been that close to the toilet. That's just me.
Okay, so what about this kitchen?
Well, you're the cook. What do you think about the kitchen?
Yep. Got the 3-burner cooktop, the Furrion cooktop with the glass top that flips back, which I prefer that over the countertop surface things that you have to find a spot for.
Well, plus you've got so much countertop that...
Yeah. I mean, and it works as a backsplash when it's folded up. So there's a win there. That sticker needs to be peeled off of there, or we'll just let it wear off over time. Who knows?
The drawers are amazing. I mean, storage in here is...
Yes, there is.
That's the little drawer.
Yeah. There's plenty of storage space.
Remember, we're still
kitchen-wise. Yeah, I mean, my spices have moved like 4 times since we bought this camper.
Look how deep, I mean, look at these, look how many bowls I have here. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Plenty of room.
So, plenty of storage in the kitchen.
One thing about this is when it slides in, you cannot get to this at all.
Yeah, the accessibility to under the sink is not there when the slide out is in. So you keep stuff in there like alcohol because, you know, they kind of frown on driving and with a drink in your hand.
If you had to, I mean, you could just leave this open while you traveled. I mean, if you had, I'm not suggesting it, but if you had to, when it slides in, this part's covered, but this part is completely open.
Which is why the faucet is offset from centered. So yeah, that is the back half of the coach.
Oh, wait, I have one more thing. The window.
Oh yeah.
The window covering, and the size of it. But so you know how you have those home blinds in most windows, and you never open them because they're a pain. Over here. Okay. And they're a pain. This one has the MCD shades.
Yeah.
And now the window itself is teeny tiny.
But it's enough to keep an eye on, you know, your better half when they're out there goofing off while you're making dinner.
Yeah, I watch them pretty closely. And also, I was kind of concerned about how small that window is until I realized we literally never opened the blinds on the old camper because they were such a pain to open. Yep. And this one, we do all the time. Almost every time we camp, we open the blinds. So it's all good.
Sure, some of you may or may not remember one of the original social media platforms called MySpace. This has nothing to do with that.
They're not as old as you, honey.
Well, this has nothing to do with that, really. But the dinette is MySpace. It's where I do all my work, video editing, playing video games, all that good stuff. So don't judge me. Okay, judge me. It's fine. All right, so the cupboard, the pantry, the place we keep the food, the dry goods.
This might be something you're curious about if you've looked at this thing, if you've looked at this rig online or looked at pictures or even looked at it in person. Because one thing that you'll notice is there's a teensy bit of room right here and there's a cabinet. And honestly, that's not a problem. That has not been a problem at all. Because, okay, by the way, we just threw everything in here. We have not organized. So, boy, we just keep mentioning the no judgment.
Yeah, we're still in the midst of organization.
We got this, what'd you say, less than a month ago now.
Yeah.
So, but it's easy to get this stuff back here. That has not been a problem at all. The only cabinet up here you can get to when you're going down the road with the slide outs in is this one. That's the only cabinet.
The dinette.
Oh, this goes down
easy.
Yeah.
Especially when you have okay, is he 14 months old? 14 months old? When he can, and he's exploring.
Oh, you're talking about Mackenzie. I thought you were talking about his dad. Because his dad was playing with this too.
No, there's that lever. This lever right here. That actuates the dinette. And when you're trying to, like I said, this is my space, and when you're trying to edit a video, and the 14-month finds that lever.
It goes up and down, up and down.
It becomes interesting, but it is very easy to set up the bed for this.
Yeah, this thing goes down. You pull these out and set them in the middle, and then it's really big. It's really big. You even have the extra room right here because these are in the middle. I love the storage under the seats, but they are hard to get to. I mean, they're better than the drawer we had that came out because so much more storage than that drawer. I mean, it's so much more. So we haven't organized all this yet. We've just got games over here and then like nothing over here. But because you're utilizing the entire area.
Yeah, yeah. True.
I mean, it's incredible, the difference. So you have a plug-in over here, an outlet, and then you have...
Yeah, you've got an outlet up high, you've got an outlet down here, which she noticed earlier. You can't open the dinette if you have something plugged in.
Yeah.
So...
These are huge. This is one of our good...
They are about 17 inches deep.
But yeah, they're plenty deep, and they're like that all the way across.
Yeah. And the couch recliners, both sides of these recline. This
you can lay almost all the way back.
Yeah, and this is the mechanical version of it. They do have an electric version of it, but we really didn't care for the electric version of it. It made a lot of noise and creaking and
two different rigs.
Yeah.
But this lays like down quite a bit. You
can
take a nap.
So it's comfortable. I like where it's at.
And there's space behind it.
And the windows. I mean, your windows on all three sides here, so a lot of natural light.
These are just to kind of protect the couches and stuff a little bit.
And then you got the one little portable table there.
Yeah, we use it a little bit. We thought it'd be useless. I actually thought I would be putting it in the garage, but I do stick a pillow here so that when we're traveling, it won't do that. But it comes up, and then it can go on both sides.
So here we go. This is where the grandkids have been sleeping.
Actually, I wanted the grandson to show you this, but he's not here.
He's not here. That storage back here at the back of the loft is only accessible when the loft is down. So your grandkids can hide stuff from you, like Tic Tacs they may have
commandeered.
Now let's come over here to the television, the entertainment area. There's a little bit of storage underneath the TV. You do have a remote for the fireplace because it is so far away from you.
It's got a thermostat, which our other one did not. Well, it sort of did. It didn't have a number thermostat.
Yeah. But it's like all the other electric heaters, electric fireplaces that are in these rigs. It'll heat up pretty good.
This is almost worthless storage.
Almost worthless storage. Every RV has almost worthless storage.
I think it was 4 inches deep. I think these were 4 inches.
I'm not sure which company has that term trademarked, but
but we would rather them put the worthless storage than
exactly.
An empty space.
We kind of find a use for it.
Like this.
Yep.
I mean, this is really deep, and we put our dog stuff in there.
Yep.
The TV comes out.
Yeah, the TV is an articulating TV.
You can literally bring it out here and have it.
Yeah.
Facing the bedroom. This is my favorite thing about this whole camper. My very favorite thing. This right here hooks here, and when you open and close the door, look at that. It's not hanging there. Oh my gosh, is that not cool? Come on, that's cool. That is like the coolest thing you've ever seen. I know it is.
This down here at night, those switches will light up the entire coach.
Campground.
So
arguably.
Yeah. So we cut out that little chunk of foam to put in this place. Nice little storage areas right here at the entryway.
Nothing falls out.
You know, we've got our walkies there. Sometimes we'll put keys there or whatever. We got the bus driver mirror up here. I mean, you can't see a whole lot when you're driving down the road in it, but if you hear a noise behind you, sometimes it helps to look in that mirror.
I think you talked to Julian some when we were going down the road.
Yeah. One of the things that we like about, and this is true with most diesel coaches, the seats are much easier to turn in a diesel coach than they are in a gas coach. For whatever reason, they are. And when I am leaving the coach to put diesel in or whatever, I will rotate the seat out to make it easier for me to get out of the seat. I mean, that's how easy these things are to do. I would have never done that in our gas coach.
Chris talked about, I know you can go over there in a second, but Chris talked about how that was his MySpace. This is MySpace, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, but look at the real estate that she has in front of her seat.
And I can still, which I'll have to show, we'll have to show the dog bed thing over here, but I can, it's hard to get to because of the dog bed thing, but I can still, look at that. Look, if you had any question, I have long legs, so if you had any question about how much room there is here, I've got all that stuff here. And look at the little W, the little Winnebago thing came with it.
Okay, I like the cockpit area.
It lights up so pretty.
Everything is, you know, well within reach of my short arms. This little cubby here, I'll put my wallet there, and most of the time it stays put. You've got a couple of USB connections here. You got the standard 12-volt plug right there. Go ahead and turn this on a second. It's an electronic dash.
So when it goes out, it's going to be terrible, but it sure is fun right now.
So you have all the menu options available for it. One of the things that I don't care much for, I don't know why it's beeping. Who cares? You've got the rear view camera on the radio here, but it's either or. So you're either, you know, looking at, you know, your radio station, looking at the time, whatever, or you're viewing the rear camera. My preference is to have a second monitor for the rear camera. The system does not have navigation on it, which is odd because almost everything in 2024 has onboard navigation.
Yeah, that's odd.
And I mean, my Jeep has onboard navigation. I can't, and most of the RVs that motorhomes that we've looked at have had onboard navigation. Yeah. This does not. I'm not real heartbroken because I've got, you know, this old Garmin that I've used for years. We know each other well. She doesn't yell at me when I decide to make a left turn and she told me to make a right, and she doesn't make fun of me when she was right to begin with. All these other controls are up here for us. I do have an air horn, which I may or may not have used
at a campground accidentally.
I didn't say campground. I was going to talk about the tunnel, but the leveling here, it's right here, easily accessible, even when you're not sitting here. You got your mirror controls, of course. So I think that's it for the inside of the coach.
I think so. Well, I'm sure we'll remember stuff later. But
boy, this is going to be a long video because you are just long-winded.
Oh, you okay? What happened?
There's something in my ear. Yeah. So we're going to wander outside. Outside won't take long, but as long as she keeps the camera pointed at me, it should be a quick one. So this is the driver's side coach. We're at the back of the coach here. So you got your chassis batteries and all this other special stuff right here that I'd tell you about, but it's top secret. And you have the resettable breakers over here, just a little push button reset. So, and these doors these bay doors, Terry talked to the lady in Atlanta, because we noticed that sometimes these bay doors don't close. That time it did.
They're all going to close perfectly.
And we asked her, or she asked her, to have the techs pay special attention to these bay doors, because we've noticed they don't close real well. And she said that she would, and we noticed that nothing's changed.
But she probably did. They just didn't do it.
Well, and they may have done it.
Yeah, that's true.
I think part of the problem
that's probably actually more accurate.
Breaking in these rubber seals. That might be part of it. So we got the def tank here, which I need to add some. I don't know how many gallons this def tank takes. Oops. It's substantial, but I need to add some to it before we head out on the big trip. And then the power cord. You know, this is like the entry-level diesel coach, so you can't expect an electronic reel, cord reel in it. Be quiet.
Look at that door.
That's because I shut it with attitude, folks. You gotta have attitude. The wet bay, I love the wet bay setup. You know, you got your, they call it a shower head. I probably will never use it for a shower, but use it to wash my hands, what have you. These things right here will open up so that you can run your cords and the water hose, sewer hose, the stinky slinky. You know, there's one for each, for the water hose and one for the slinky. Got the water filter right here. Got a handy little hook to hang the water filter wrench. The black tank flush and low water drain points here. A little light and a water pump switch, which I just bumped and back off.
Attitude?
That one I just kind of lackadaisical.
It's just because it's on video.
Yeah. This is a pass-through storage. You can't see it because we have 3 paddle boards in the way. But those paddle boards take up a lot of space.
You can kind of see some daylight over there,
yeah.
Maybe.
And it is heated compartments, so it keeps the water lines from freezing up on you if you're running the heater in the winter. It's 4 in a row. Water pump, and this is, you know, where you're gonna winterize the coach, is right up here. You got the drain for your fresh water tank. You can actually see kind of how much water we have in the fresh water tank. It's about half full, and that's about right. Then you got the propane tank, which a little small compartment right here. I'll probably end up putting some of my my Jeep, extra Jeep parts in there. So number 5. This is a record, folks.
This is amazing. Maybe we finally fixed the problem.
Fuel fill on the driver's side, and just more breakers and stuff. There's a little bit of storage right there. This is the latch mechanism for the generator hood. The lever itself was broke, so it's on order, and then I can replace it. As it is right now, it takes one of us to operate the cable and the other to pull on the hood to open up
which is not awful, but it's not ideal when you just paid for a brand new coach. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Now show your little trick where you use your shoulder sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's kind of cool.
There we go.
See, that's
Now
a really
let's go.
quiet way to do it if you're leaving a campground early in the morning or something.
The generator's back behind here. This is I kind of use it as a spare parts storage area.
Your streak has ended.
The passenger side fuel and the hydraulic equipment. Yeah, this door is solid. Even the screen door just by itself is very, very solid. So I mean, which is worlds apart from what we had with the Fleetwood.
Yeah, that's true.
The Fleetwood, the door, and the screen were just flimsy, and it always took a little extra to get the Fleetwood door shut. Okay, this is the other side of our pass-through, but plenty of storage under here.
Let's go up, up. I'm every time, almost every time.
This one isn't pass-through, but it is, the bottom underneath the rail is pretty deep.
And it connects to this one over here.
Yeah, it connects to the next one over. So, you know, we got enough room for a couple of good-sized totes. And there is, back behind these totes, there's a table and a wakeboard all pushed in back up again, because the other side of this storage is the wet bay.
One of them has an outlet, and I'm just...
It's
the other one?
The forward one that has the outlet on it.
Okay.
See access to the back of the refrigerator. And the reason you want access to the back of the refrigerator, which we did not have in the Southwind, you can drain the water line going to the ice maker back here. But that's handy. It's nice to have.
We don't even know if the TV works. We haven't used it, which is weird. Well, it's because it's been cold.
We used the TV in our Southwind, but I think we'll probably use this one more because it's articulating. We can, we can pull this thing out and tilt it away from the sun.
Yeah.
To be able to watch more. So
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep, it is.
Okay, this is my mess of a toolbox right now. We've been working out here, that's why it's a mess. But this one, by the way, never shuts on the slam. So I always have to come down. Hey guys, wow, this video went long. I apologize. We tended to go off on little side stories about how we organize stuff, and actually that's for a different video. Honestly, we'll do another video about some of the organizational things that we did with the new motorhome. But we love the motorhome. One thing we forgot to mention was it has a Truma hot water heater. Like it. That last scene, the camera cut off before I got to rattle on about 4 house batteries. Looks like there's room to expand if we wanted to add solar, whatever. But that's it. This is the end of this video. I apologize for the length. We get long-winded, you guys know that. We will do a future video on some of the things we did to organize, but that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, support us by hitting that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, and we will catch you down the trail.